Have you ever thought about why are you here in your current life? Like, what led you to where you are right now? And I was heavily overthinking about this, and I was like, wow, why am I here? Like, what did I do to get to where I am today? And it's not a bad thing. I was just thinking about it, and I started to connect all the dots, and everything started to make sense. Like for me, example is I was gonna go away to school. I was gonna take on that debt and go away to a university. And I'm sure if I did, my life would have been a lot different. It would have been. I'm 100% confident that it would have been. I would have made new friends. I would have made different friends for that matter. I probably would have found maybe my future wife. I don't know. I feel like you would in your college time. But instead I didn't. I stayed in my hometown and I went to a community college. And it was different. You see, a community college is not nearly what it is like a university. It's not like a big social gathering place. I mean, I guess every school would be different, but for me, in my experience, it was very different because at the time being, COVID did hit. And for the first like 2.5 years, everything was online, at least for my community college. And that 2.5 years, I didn't really see many people. It was just behind the screen. So it wasn't very easy to make friends. It wasn't like I was putting myself out there. It's not like I was able to. But within those 4 years, I learned something. If I didn't go to community college, I would not be where I am today. You see, that big change or small change led me to where I am today, making today's video, making content, working for myself, making online money. You see, if I went to a university school, I probably wouldn't have done that. Or maybe I would have, but I wouldn't have nearly as much time as I did when I was in community college. You see, in the past 4 years, I tried so many ideas, and I failed at so many ideas. And at the very end, things started to work out. And I'm fortunate for it. Knock on wood that things continue, but I don't think I would have been able to figure that out in a university. I think I would have been too distracted. Maybe I would have been in a frat. Maybe I would have been too invested in my relationship. Maybe something would have been in my way. And that's what made me think that, wow, everything happened for a reason. I'm a huge believer that everything does happen for a reason. And I took it one step further on trying to figure out, why is that? And I found something very interesting. This idea or this theory that was created in the 1960s by Edward Lawrence, and the theory is called the butterfly effect. And this butterfly effect is the idea of how a butterfly can flap its wings and over 1,000 miles away a hurricane can form. And what this means in our life is the fact that one small change or one small change in general can change your whole life. So any choices that you have to make right now, anything that you have to make up your mind on, it could lead to a very big change throughout your future. You see, our past is defined on where we are right now. Think about that again. Our past is what defines us today. What we made our choices on, what we did back then, is where we are right now. And I guess that's what made me realize, I am where I am because of the choices that I made. I am here because I made different sacrifices. I chose a different route in my life. And don't get me wrong, and don't get sucked into this. Don't play the what if game. You're gonna play a lot of what if game when you start to think about your past. You will. Believe me, I've been doing this a lot now, thinking about my past and thinking about the what if. But I guess there's that quote that says, we make choices and we don't look back. And that's what you should do. The only thing we have currently in control of is only our present. We don't really have much say in the past anymore, and we don't have much say in the future for that matter. We have more control in our future because it's the choices that you make today that will lead to a better future. And bringing it back to the butterfly effect, that goes the same thing. Like, for example, if you want to do 10 push-ups a day, you might not see crazy results in the first week or a month. But who knows what you'll see in a year or 2 years from now. Another saying is, you could do the same thing with making your first piece of content. Yeah, your first video might not perform today, tomorrow, next week, in a month, but who knows where you'll be in 1 year when starting that content creation. Who knows where you'll start when you start anything in life. So take this with a grain of salt of knowing that when you start, the first day, the second week, the first 6 months, it's not going to be life-changing. But in a year or two, things might take the effect that something great will happen. Or maybe not. Maybe things won't be great. And you'll learn from that. But that's going to be it for today's video, guys. Appreciate you guys staying and watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. So have a good one, and peace.